At this point, you should know that I'm not a very big RPG guy, unless it's something unique, like Mario with its timing system, Final Fantasy VII Remake being more of a hack and slash, Dragon Quest XI with its simple yet engaging story, and Persona 5 just being great overall. Yeah, I finally played it, Brian. You happy now? So, why do I like Pokemon so much? I don't know. In fact, I had no idea if I really wanted to do this game till I played it again. That and Generation 4 being remade for Switch, my first ever Pokemon game. So since we got the announcement and Pokemon just turned 25 last month, I'm trying to catch up, I promise. I've decided to talk about Pokemon Generation 1 and maybe figure out why I like the franchise so much. So, who's up for a bit of Pokemon? I wanna be the very best that I ever was! The costume is my real test! The training is my code! The game, well, games, was developed by Satoshi Tajiri of Game Freak, who combined his childhood love for collecting insects and bugs with the frustration of not being able to trade rare items in Dragon Quest II. And since the Game Boy's Link keyboard allowed for multiplayer between two Game Boys, Satoshi knew that it would be the perfect console for his upcoming game. The games. Pocket Monsters Red and Pocket Monsters Green, which got an updated blue version later down the line, which that one was localized everywhere else as Pokemon Red and Blue, and that one had an updated yellow version. Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, that's all you need to know. Is this good? Good, let's go. Oh, for this review, I will be focusing on Pokemon Red since, well, I'll explain later. I'll also be using this fancy schmancy Super Game Boy to give the game a bit of color. Oh look, a new border too. Cool. Before I can explain the story, I should probably talk a bit about the world. This is a world filled with creatures called Pokemon. Pokemon varies in different shapes, sizes, abilities, etc. And there's 151 different species of Pokemon. There's Venomoth, Poliwag, Nero, Golduck, Ivysaur, Grimer, Vidribel, Moltres, Nidoking, Farfetch, Abra, Jigglypuff, Kingler, Raihan, Clefable, and Wigglytuff. Like the rap said, people catch these Pokemons inside these little tins called Pokeballs. To some, Pokemon are pets, but others use them for battles with other Pokemon. These people are called Pokemon trainers. You with me so far? Good. When you start the game, you get greeted by Professor Oak, who studies Pokemon as a hobby. Oak tells you about the world and asks for your name. Poopamon. I was going for Poopymon, but I made an error and I just went with it, so Poopamon. Then he tells us about his grandson and our rival for the game. But he can't remember his name? Some grandfather you are. Well, if he can't remember, I guess I'll have to make up a name. Jeffson. He's Jeffson. After that, we get chibified. No! Don't turn me into a Pokemon plushie! After nearly walking into tall grass, we get stopped by the professor himself, warning us about the dangers of Pokemon living in tall grass, and we should have a Pokemon of our own for protection. Conveniently, Professor Oak takes us to his lab where Jefferson is waiting, and we both get to pick one of 3 Pokemon to begin our journey with. Bulbasaur, the seed Pokemon, Squirtle, the tiny turtle Pokemon, and Charmander, the lizard Pokemon. I chose Charmander because I don't really have a favourite, so I went with the one everyone chooses. I'm very original. Once both me and Jeff picked one out, we battle it out, and then journeyed on. But not before delivering a package to Professor Oak. After that happens, we then get given the Pokédex, which is a device that can record the information of Pokemon once caught. Oak then tasks us to complete his dream of completing the Pokédex with all 151 Pokemon. After that, the journey is on, for real this time. The gameplay is like other RPGs at the time. Walking in a grid, random encounters, turn-based battle. The next time I review an RPG, I'll just say it plays like RPGs and leave it at that. This time, random encounters only occur when you're walking in tall grass, which is much easier. Unless you're in a cave where random encounters happens everywhere. I mean, it doesn't eliminate the issue altogether. It can get annoying when you go and this is a good way to transition into the battles. When you encounter wild Pokemon, you fight it. Doesn't get more simpler than that. Actually, having your Pokemon fight rather than you is an interesting take on the role-playing genre. The moves you pick to use are more like commands to your Pokemon. I like that. Anyway, you use your Pokemon to fight a wild one till they faint. And yes, not die, faint. This is a kid's game after all. Or you can weaken them by bringing their health to a low level and throwing a Pokeball at them. I mean, you could try to catch them while they're at full health, but good luck with that. Once caught, the Pokédex will record the information on the species, and you can now use said Pokemon to fight alongside you in battles. The only downside is that your Pokemon won't gain any experience points unless the Pokemon they were fighting has fainted, so yeah. You can also fight other Pokemon trainers, though you don't really have a choice when you're in their line of sight. These Pokemon are usually at a higher level, and you can't catch these ones since, well, they belong to your opponent and that would be stealing. Better morals than Persona 5, eat your heart out. But they do give your Pokemon more experience, and when the trainer is out of Pokemon, you get money. Now, if only real life was like that. There's a lot of strategy to a Pokemon battle too. There's different types of Pokemon and moves ranging from normal, fire, grass, water, ghost, rock, ground, bug, psychic, etc. And each of them has its own strengths and weaknesses. For example, fire-type Pokemon are weak against water-type moves, but they are strong against grass-type moves. Knowing which Pokemon and moves to use keeps your mind occupied. There are also moves that raises your Pokemon's speed, strength, etc. for the fight, as well as decreases those for your opponents. And there are even moves that can cause status effects, from making them asleep, paralyzed, and even poisoned. That one's the worst, since every fourth step you take, your poisoned Pokemon loses health, so you better get to the Pokemon Center before they faint. Speaking of which, there are the Pokemon Centers that can heal your fainted Pokemon in your party for free, which I find much better than paying for an inn. I should probably also put this here. I really like it when your Pokemon evolve after reaching a certain level, kinda showing how powerful they've become, like my boy evolving into a dragon. Not all Pokemon can evolve. For example, Ditto, the Pokemon that could transform into whatever Pokemon you have battling it. I mean, I don't really like him. He could be anyone, you can never know. He's your Pokemon version of everything is cake meme. I bet they're forming a society to rule the world and turn all into deception and lies, and we're all blindly following them without realizing it. Completing your Pokédex and catching them all is your overall goal, but it's not the main focus of the story, believe it or not. There's this competition called the Pokemon League where you get to battle the Elite Four, the strongest Pokemon trainers in the Kanto region. Oh yeah, we live in the Kanto region. However, you must have the 8 gym badges to qualify. These are found in separate gyms, and you must beat the gym leader to get one. Each gym leader also specializes in a particular Pokemon type, which I like since it tests your knowledge. Except for the Poison Gym where every Pokemon's a Psychic type instead. Not sure why that is. When you're in a gym badge, your Pokemon can also use a HM move outside the battle. Oh, right. There are these TMs or technical moves that you can use once to teach your Pokemon a certain move, rather than them learning a move by leveling up to a certain level. Some of them like Dig or Teleport can even be used outside a battle. But the really useful ones are the HMs or hidden moves. They're basically the same as TMs. Only these can be used an unlimited amount of times, and all of them can be used outside of battle. The only catch is that you need a certain badge to use a certain move outside. But in my opinion, they're worth the trouble. You can cut down trees, please save the trees, move boulders, surf on the water, and fly to any town you've been to. I do like how the first 2 gym types are alike, making a starter Pokemon more of a difficulty choice, with Bulbasaur being the easy mode and Charmander being the hard mode. In between your travel to the gyms, you'll also encounter other story elements, like running into Jefferson and battling out, helping Bill out and earning a ticket to go on the SS Anne boat, and encountering the 3 legendary bird Pokemon, Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. But you'll mainly encounter Team Rocket, an organization that uses Pokemon for evil. They mainly just steal some stuff, kill a Pokemon in a game where Pokemon are not supposed to die in battle, and steal some stuff. A plot point that I find a bit neat is the fact that the very last gym, which is locked to get the other 7 badges, has the leader of Team Rocket as the gym leader. That's good. The story's not too deep, but has enough to keep you entertained. However, it's time to talk about the main marketing point of the game. Trading. At the Pokemon Center, if you know someone who also has a copy of Pokemon, you get a choice to either battle your friend or trade a Pokemon. Do you have 2 rare Pokemon? Want to share one with your buddy? No problem. Plug in the link cable and swap them pocket monsters. Not only do you get a new Pokemon, but when you use them in battle, they gain even more experience, and even more when it's with a game from a different language. Just don't do Japanese. That won't work. By the way, since I can't reach Japanese, could you guys in the comments tell me why I've named myself on my rival? Thanks. The only downside is that if they're at a too high level, they will 9 times out of 10 flat out won't do as you say, which is a lot more annoying than I thought it would be. The game's tagline is "gotta catch them all," but realistically, that's impossible with just your one game. You see, there are exclusive Pokemon you can encounter in only the red version and the blue version, Pokemon that can only evolve after trading, different choices like the fossils you can get revived, fighting type Pokemon from the dojo, and that one Eevee that you can evolve into 3 different evolutions based on which elemental stone you give it. This is what encourages the trading gimmick. You could beat the game by yourself, no problem, but you will need help from others if you want to complete it. Hey, Shimoda, how's it going? Listen, I'm playing Pokemon, and I was wondering if you could help me out with this one. You see, this is trading. Apparently, you can get both versions and play the game twice. Don't do what I did. It's nearly drained me. But one Pokemon that is impossible to obtain by normal means is the mystical Pokemon Mew, which was given out at events by Nintendo. So the only way to get Mew is via a glitch. And as much as I would like to go into detail about how I nearly messed up and had to find a different trainer and I was only able to get a level 2 Mew instead of a level 100, I think a link to a different video would be much easier for the both of us, so here's a good one. And since I might as well put this here, once you beat the Elite 4, beat Jefferson the new champion until you came along, and register your Pokemon into the Hall of Fame, and in the story, you get to go to a cave with some pretty high level Pokemon, and Mewtwo, a clone of Mew, making him the world's most powerful Pokemon! This is who I am! I'm just gonna throw my Master Ball at him. This one catches any Pokemon without fail. Yay me. One thing I do like is the music of the game. Sure, it's still simple, but I like what they did with it, especially the battle music. Man, that's a jam to listen to. Just, everyone, stop using the music from the CD in your videos. The reverb is unbearable. Why do you keep doing this to me? I also like the locations of each and every place. Simple towns, a place with a multi-story shop and a casino, and even a place with a tower where the souls of Pokemon rest with one of the creepiest music ever. And my younger sister's favorite music. She's something alright. And on that note, for a Game Boy game, it's surprisingly detailed. I mean, that's a lot of battles for no reason, but I think it's good looking. Especially the Pokemon sprites. Actually, speaking of which, I should probably talk about Pokemon Yellow. A year after Red and Blue, an updated version was released called Pokemon Yellow. It was designed to closely resemble more to the Pokemon anime series, which launched aside the original games. It has some added features like being able to have all the original starters without needing to trade, adding Jesse and James into the Team Rocket mix, and updating the Pokemon sprites since the original was different to the anime. Not to mention how goofy they look. And you can even print out your Pokemon on your Game Boy printer. Isn't that neat? But the biggest change is Pikachu himself. Just like the anime, your starter Pokemon is Pikachu while your rival gets an Eevee. He can follow you around, you can make him happy, and he can even speak like in the anime. Well, it's what's impressive at the very least. The only downside is that you're basically playing on hard mode, since your electric type starter doesn't have any effect on the rock type gym leader, which is the first gym mind you. But if you can get around that, I think it's the best version to start with. And with that being said, is there anything I don't like about the game? Well, it's the first, and it's buggy. Let's start with the first. This is not the best generation of Pokemon. There are so many features missing that were introduced in later games. You walk so slow in this game. And sure, you could get a ticket later on to get a bike, but you have to go through quite a bit without that, and even then, there are places you can't use your bike. Your inventory is so limited. You can only hold 20 items, and when you can't hold any more, you have to go to the PC at the Pokemon Center to store your items. And even the PC is limited. Keep in mind that this includes key items that are pretty useless afterwards. And speaking of the PC, you can only have 6 Pokemon in your party. After that, your Pokemon automatically get stored in your PC. However, even that's limited, so when you try to catch a rare Pokemon, the game tells you can't until you go to the PC and change the assigned box. Why do I have to do this? And when I encounter a Pokemon, sometimes I can't remember if I already have this one or not, and I don't want to waste my Pokeballs or space, so I run from the battle, check my Pokedex, see that I don't have him, and kick myself later on because what if it was a rare encounter? And the less I talk about running out of money and having no way of making more, the better. The oversights in the game don't make it any better. In the Safari Zone, you can catch rare Pokemon with no battles whatsoever. But apparently, the developers forgot that these Safari Zones are basically Ultra Balls, which are like Pokeballs, but with a better catch rate. And these Pokemon are always at full health, meaning that catching them is harder than intended. Not to mention that there are Pokemon with incredibly low encounter rates, incredibly high chances of running away, and I'm losing my money not catching a single Pokemon. And the Psychic Pokemon? They're overpowered. This Pokemon type is strong against nearly every other type, and is only weak to Bug type moves. And even then, there are only 3 Bug type moves. And Bug type Pokemon are weak against Psychic attacks. Not all glitches are bad. For example, the Missinol glitch. Or M in my case. But these have been fixed in future games. And that's it for Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, and Pocket Monsters Green if you want. What do I think of it? I love it. Why? I don't know. It's an old RPG with many of its annoying RPG elements, and all of the bugs and missing features were fixed or added in future generations. But for some reason, I had a good time playing this. I wish I could go into detail on why I really love this, but there's just no explanation. Call it nostalgia for Pokemon, or maybe it's just because of the world of Pokemon, but yeah, I love this game just because. I guess that's the magic of Pokemon. As much as the decision to have a chibi art style in the Gen 4 remake is such a backwards decision coming after other remakes, I'm probably still going to enjoy it as much as the rest of the series. I mean, there's probably some reason why these games started a phenomenon, spawning the anime series I mentioned, a trading card game, and God knows how many merchandise. If you still want to experience the Kanto region, the game has been remade twice. I won't go into much details, I think I'll save that for a separate video someday. But to put it short, Fire Red and Leaf Green adds some life-needed improvements and fixes all of the bugs. And Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee is an easier version of Pokemon. The original games are also on the 3DS Virtual Console if you really want to experience them. But finding the old Game Boy copies is an easy task, so whatever floats your boat. So yeah, this is one review I can't... Hold on a second. Huh. Ditto. Why is he... Oh, gosh, what is this now? Oh! Oh god! Oh god! No! No! Oh no! Hey! Thanks for watching. Oh boy, this took forever to record. I think even more so than Spa Reignited Trilogy. And I hope this turned out to be a good review in the end. This end card was recorded a bit after the editing part, but not by that much. So I hope it turns out good in the end. I also hope it gets on time in time. My version of on time is a month after I was hoping it was going to be released, but hey, all's well that ends well. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe this video, and my channel while you're at it. And don't forget to follow me on social medias like Twitter, and just Twitter. And if you want to give me a bit of moolah, I'm weird. If you want to help out a bit extra, you can always consider supporting me on Patreon. I always do a video a day early, so there's always something. I'm bad at all these. This end card is over. Screw it. You don't deserve any more end card than I'm giving. Okay, I really am bad at end cards. I'm gonna see you later.